In 10th place, Hungary's mighty Magyars crashed the party of trophy hoarders with a legacy built on brilliance, not silverware. From 1952 to 1956, they stitched together a 32-game unbeaten run, flattening giants with scores like 7-1 and 6-3 at Wembley, back when England thought tea breaks were a tactical innovation. Their secret weapon was Nandor Hidegkuti, the original deep-lying forward, who dropped so far back that defenders needed a map. The 1954 World Cup final saw Hungary miracle of Bern. Do not overlook Laszlo Fazekas, who debuted at just 17 years and 10 days, a youth record for Hungary that stands to this day. They won no trophy, but their tactical revolution forced the world to rethink the beautiful game. England's 1966 campaign is football's equivalent of the moon landing, the only World Cup title in the nation's cabinet, yet you'd think it was a recurring event based on the annual replays. Alf Ramsey's team did not just win, they did it with a tactical blitz of wing play, flooding the flanks with overlapping fullbacks and wingers, slinging crosses like confetti at a royal wedding. Modern retro analysts estimate a jump in crossing accuracy from 12 to 22% during the tournament. But even without verified numbers, the strategy was clear: bombard the box until something magical or controversial happened. Jeff Hurst's hat trick sealed the deal, and the phrase, "they think it's all over," became a national bedtime story. One trophy, yes, but the myth has been unstoppable for over half a century. 8th place belongs to Uruguay, the original World Cup disruptors. In 1930, they hosted and won the very first tournament, setting the tone for decades of football drama. But it's the 1950 Maracanazo that truly carved their legend, facing Brazil in Rio with 173,850 fans expecting a samba party. Uruguay's captain, Obdulio Varela, pulled off a psychological masterclass. He delayed the restart after Brazil's goal, telling his teammates to breathe and the crowd to wait. The result was a 2-1 win, with keeper Roque Maspoli posting a 71% save rate, numbers that still haunt Brazilian dreams. And their sweeping backline was a tactical prototype long before it had a catchy name. Number 7, the Netherlands didn't need a trophy to change world football. They just needed Rinus Michels, a chalkboard, and a team of orange-shirted shapeshifters. The 1974 World Cup became their laboratory for total football, where Johan Cruyff could start as a striker, pop up as a left back, and still end the match with defenders spinning like a carousel. In the semi-final against Argentina, the Dutch clocked 65% possession, unheard of in an era when most teams treated the ball like a hot potato. Every player pressed, swapped positions, and triggered attacks from anywhere, leaving opponents unsure if they were facing 11 midfielders or a very organized flash mob. They never won the World Cup, but the tactical revolution they unleashed still echoes in today's possession-obsessed teams. Total football was not just a Dutch export, it was a blueprint for how the game could be played. Number 6, Spain's Tiki-Taka era wasn't just a passing fad, it was a full-blown possession cult. Between 2008 and 2012, Spain turned football into a game of keep away, peaking with their 2010 World Cup triumph. The squad averaged a staggering 68% possession, a figure that left opponents chasing shadows and statisticians running out of superlatives. According to the FIFA technical report, Spain needed 17.4 possessions just to carve out a single shot against Paraguay in the quarterfinals. So much for direct football. This wasn't the Dutch free for all of the 70s. It was Spanish control, with Barcelona's DNA pulsing through every sideways pass. For one glorious cycle, they redefined what dominance could look like, not a decade-long empire, but an era so suffocating, even the ball needed a breather. Number 5, France is the rare World Cup titan with not one, but 2 golden generations, 20 years apart, and both built in a lab called Clairefontaine. In 1998, Zinedine Zidane headbutted his way into legend, leading a squad that scored 21 of the tournament's 141 goals, about 15%, a French feast by any measure. Fast forward to 2018, and the formula gets a remix, a multi-ethnic, turbocharged squad powered by the likes of Kylian Mbappe, whose top speed clocked in at 37 kilometers per hour, and a midfield pipeline straight from the Federation's youth system. France's two titles, separated by a generation, aren't just about talent. They're the result of a national academy turning raw prospects into world beaters, bridging eras, and proving that lightning can strike twice as long as you build the right weather machine. Number 4. Italy's World Cup story is a masterclass in defensive reinvention, proof that you really can win by parking the bus as long as you own the parking lot. 4 trophies, each with a different flavor of catenaccio, make Italy the only nation whose backline has its own fan club. In 1990, the Azzurri went 540 minutes without conceding a single goal, a streak so stubborn even the penalty spot started feeling neglected. That run ended in a semi-final shootout, but not before goalkeeper Walter Zenga had racked up more clean sheets than a 5-star hotel. Fast forward to 2006, Marcello Lippi's squad didn't just defend, they turned it into an art form. Gianluigi Buffon posted a 73% save rate, and the only goal he conceded in open play was an own goal from a teammate. Italy's defensive school isn't just about shutting doors, it's about building a fortress and then daring the world to find the drawbridge. For all the jokes about anti-football, no nation has weaponized defense so ruthlessly or so repeatedly, turning tactical caution into a serial winning machine. Coming to the top 3, Argentina's World Cup story is a double feature, one part magic, one part marathon. In 1986, Diego Maradona didn't just win a trophy, he rewrote the script for what a single player could do on the world's biggest stage. The infamous Hand of God goal was just the opening act. 4 minutes later, Maradona dribbled half the length of the field, but behind the highlight reels, Carlos Bilardo's 3-5-2 formation quietly changed the game. Argentina's pass completion rate hit 84%, in an era when defenders still thought a back pass was an act of surrender. Fast forward to 2022, Lionel Messi, carrying a nation's hopes and a decade of heartbreak, finally lifts the trophy in a penalty shootout thriller against France. The tactical setup was a flexible 4-3-3 formation that let Messi drift, dictate, and deliver. 3 titles, 2 eras, and a legacy built on both genius and grit. Argentina isn't just a football team, it's a drama that always finds a new leading man. In second place, Germany turns tournament football into a science experiment where the variables are always controlled and the results tend to involve silverware. They have 4 World Cup titles, 8 finals appearances, and a reputation for showing up just when everyone else's nerves start to fray. This is about consistency. The story begins with the 1954 Miracle of Bern, where West Germany reversed a 2-goal deficit to stun Hungary, thanks to a tactical switch that forced the Magyars into a press they could not sustain. Fast forward to 2014, and the numbers tell their own story. Germany's high press registered 36 presses per 90 minutes, the highest of any champion in the modern era. That is not just running, it is synchronized disruption, straight from the DFB tactical playbook. The semi-final against Brazil was a 7-goal blitz that left statisticians scrambling for new superlatives and Brazilian fans searching for the emergency exits. In that tournament, Germany contributed 16% of all goals scored, nearly 1 in 6. While Mario Götze's extra-time volley in the final sealed a campaign built on both relentless efficiency and tactical clarity. Where others bring flair, Germany brings a blueprint, and more often than not, it is the last one standing when the confetti falls. And finally, in first place, Brazil, the 5-star archetype, where World Cup greatness is measured in yellow and green. 5 titles, more than any other nation, in a style so iconic that even the jersey became a global fashion statement. The 1970 squad is football's Sistine Chapel, with Pelé orchestrating attacks, Carlos Alberto's thunderbolt sealing the final, and a tactical system that danced between 4-2-4 and 4-3-3 before most coaches could spell fluidity. That year, Brazil scored 19 of the tournament's 95 goals, 20% of the total, a number that makes statisticians reach for a caipirinha. But it wasn't just samba and sunshine. Behind the scenes, the squad trained at altitude in the Andes, boosting their VO2 max by over 4%. That's not just running, it's science powering artistry. The yellow shirt became a passport to football immortality, worn from Tokyo to Timbuktu. Brazil isn't just a team, it's the World Cup's gold standard, where beauty and trophies go hand in hand.